COVID-19 has been the unfortunate highlight of the year 2020. However, beyond being a lethal global pandemic, it has become an essential vehicle for governments to drive a totalitarian agenda around the world. Many sources have speculated that COVID-19, like many other global pandemics such as Sars, Avian flu and swine flu, is not a naturally occurring disease, but instead a man-made epidemic, created to serve the ruling elite. For several decades now, a sinister establishment created by the devil to help usher in a dystopian one-world government has been working feverishly to ascertain global power and control, while also limiting the global population to a manageable size. The vision is to survey and control every global citizen under the devil's watchful eye. Despite sophisticated electromagnetic surveillance technology adopted by global governments, 8 billion people, the world's current population, is still an overwhelming number to control. The virus also seemed to mainly affect the older generation and vulnerable persons, almost as if by design, survival of the fittest. Despite similar attempts in the past with incurable epidemics such as HIV and Ebola, the global elite have been unsuccessful at limiting the world's population as it rapidly continues to grow, making their task even more challenging. The coronavirus has been extremely controversial, with many pointing to it being a pre-planned phenomenon, supported by an upgrade in electromagnetic technology to help bolster its rapid spread. In fact, just recently, the Obama administration in the USA revealed that they had coincidentally left Donald Trump's administration a detailed manual on dealing with a global pandemic scenario, almost as if they knew it was on the horizon. Furthermore, the face mask, which has become one of the iconic symbols of the pandemic, found its way to celebrities and fashion brands a couple of years earlier, almost as if they were aware of this impending crisis. COVID-19, also known as the Wuhan virus, allegedly started in China and appeared to spread exponentially at the same time that 5G mobile technology was unleashed around the world. While theories have suggested that the high vibrational frequencies of 5G technology help suppress the immune system, there is a much darker reality to the situation. The human anatomy functions on vibrational frequencies, and a well-kept secret among the global elite is that 99.9% of disease, both physical and psychological, is due to demonic interaction with the human anatomy. As evidenced by the global pharmaceutical industry's logo, demons represented by serpents are continually attacking the human nervous system, with the pole representing the spinal cord, which causes a reduction in one's vibrational frequencies, leaving them susceptible to illnesses and ailments. Furthermore, it was a well-known fact in earlier civilizations that there was a massive link between bacteria and demons, often blamed for plagues such as the Black Plague and syphilis. These parasitic creatures are known to breed in unsanitary conditions. As discussed in my previous video, the global elite have allegedly been working in close collaboration with demons for centuries, thanks to the dark world of the occult. Technology such as 5G, which offers a slightly higher vibrational electromagnetic frequency in the radio bandwidth, only helps further strengthen attacks by demons on our nervous system, since they are also electromagnetic entities. To put it simply, through the use of technology, the global elite have knowingly empowered demons by opening up higher vibrational frequencies for them to speed up and reinforce their attacks on the human nervous system, hence the rise of COVID-19. The frequencies provided are high enough to empower them, but low enough that it does not affect them negatively, since they are low vibrational entities who operate on radio, infrared and microwave frequencies, and are severely disturbed by higher frequencies in the electromagnetic spectrum. COVID-19 symptoms have been inconsistent, initially attacking the respiratory system, with later reports suggesting a whole slew of other symptoms including brain fog, fatigue and other aches and pains, all symptomatic of demonic attacks on the brain and spinal cord, which control every function in the human body. Looking at the response of governments to this controversial pandemic only strengthens the notion that COVID-19 falls in line with plans to create a new world order. While the CDC has provided mortality figures of less than 1%, the response to the pandemic has been overtly disproportional. Local lockdowns, a ban on public gatherings, and compulsory face mask laws have been deployed by governments around the world as the mass public continues to suffer and children are deprived of an adequate education. Furthermore, the global economy is rapidly heading towards an unprecedented breakdown, as millions of people around the world have lost their livelihoods and thousands of businesses have had to downsize or completely shut down. This wouldn't be the first economic disaster that has been used to serve the ruling elite, as they have continued to menacingly manipulate financial markets for decades, resulting in global economic crises such as the financial crash of 2008, which many countries are still recovering from. By doing this, the global elite ascertain further global dominance, forcing the public to rely on governmental funding while accepting oppressive rules and regulations to continue to receive this funding. Anyone who fails to fall in line with this agenda will be financially eviscerated, a phenomenon depicted in the Hollywood movie In Time, starring Justin Timberlake. This also explains the prevalence of credit over cash, as it is much easier to control. As the alleged second wave of the pandemic sweeps across the globe, governments continue their unnecessary response through totalitarian laws and legislation, designed to keep the mass public controlled and oppressed. It is somewhat ironic that the second wave mainly seems to be affecting first world countries such as the UK and USA, who have been staunch frontrunners when it comes to ushering in this new world order agenda, while countries with much higher populations and fewer restrictions have essentially beaten the pandemic. To continue emphasizing the rise of this second wave, the media has consistently published alleged COVID case figures, astonishing numbers that only continue to illogically rise and come mainly from governmental organizations, making it impossible to verify this information. In fact, many people have claimed that hospitals deliberately attributed most deaths during this pandemic to COVID-19, even when fatalities have been unconnected, to bolster the numbers and cause mass hysteria. Given the fact that the widely accepted COVID test is only around 7% accurate, this all paints a well-orchestrated plan. But the great news is that the mass public is waking up to this shocking reality and fighting back hard. Protests around Europe and the world have continued as social media activism has reached a fever pitch, with people standing up to governments around the world and holding them accountable for their misguided decisions. What used to be known as conspiracy theory is now turning into fact, as the global elite have gone so far overboard with their tactics, making their plans impossible to ignore and eliciting a major public backlash. This struggle epitomizes the fight between the forces of good and evil, which is currently at a crucial climax, a topic discussed in my new book, Energy: Divine Secrets of the Universe, available for pre-order now and released in bookstores around the world on 11/11/2020. This is Khaled Equilibrius Matar. Please, stay vigilant.